Riding in Cars with Boys movie. In Riding in Cars with Boys, Drew Barrymore plays Beverly D'Onofrio, a 1960s teenager in a working-class Connecticut town whose unplanned pregnancy at the age of 15 becomes the defining event of her hard-knock life. Derailed from her dream of moving to New York City to become a writer, Bev quits school, marries her baby's dropout father, Ray, Steve Zahn, and spends the next 20 years squawking in an accent borrowed from Tony Soprano's therapist Dr. Melfi about her messed-up plans. Lorraine Bracco keeps that Melfi accent handy, like a hanky, as Bev's mother. Ray becomes a junkie, and Bev kicks him out. Her son, Jason, becomes a kid, a normal, attention-demanding little kid whose deepest wish is for his mommy to be happy, and she screams at him. The story shuttles between 1986, when Bev is riding in a car with her now-grown boy, Jason, and all the years and miles leading up to that redemptive road trip. Eventually, of course, Beverly does become a writer, as did the real D'Onofrio, whose sassy 1990 memoir is the basis of this fuss-over drama. As a headstrong, narcissistic, self-confessed imperfect mother with no basic instinct for the job, Bev is a great character. And Barrymore's got a special empathy for girls who are handfuls, infusing every role she plays with her own rebellious but sweet, wild card, on Late Show energy. Director Penny Marshall, though, regularly downshifts the anger in Riding in Cars to low the acute every time the road gets good and tough. Which is to say, every scene is bumpered with actorly business and production detail that says more about nostalgia for the pop culture of earlier American decades than about the hard socio-economic truths of being a poor, young, undereducated parent. From the moment the story opens, in a flashback to when Bev was a sexually precocious little girl, gliding through the snow at Christmas time with her local cop daddy, James Woods, in his police cruiser while singing along to the Everly Brothers, Marshall and screenwriter Morgan Upton Ward nervously insist on sweetening the atmosphere. At Bev and Ray's shotgun wedding, the potent misery of the pink-gowned bride, all but ignored by her shamed father, is quickly dispelled by the hallmark card toast from her spunky best friend, Brittany Murphy. At Bev and Ray's house, moments of tension between the two adults are relaxed by the antics of their son, particularly as played by Cody Ahrens, who is encouraged by a director in search of or to grin and mug and all but click his heels and yodel. In contrast, Australian-born Adam Garcia plays the 20-year-old Jason with a thoughtful combination of fortitude and simmering resentment, to which Barrymore responds with the exciting near-bitchiness the role of Beverly really needs. When Barrymore finally gets mean, the movie finally gets good. Then comes another sing-along, damn it, when you may want to slam the car door and walk home. A drama about a former bad girl who grows up. Drew Barrymore would be a natural first choice to star, no? I was thinking Cher. I was thinking Deborah Winger. It was so long ago when we started, says D'Onofrio, who wrote the memoir on which the film is based. Drew was in diapers. Let's hope not. Producer James L. Brooks, As Good as It Gets, optioned the rights in 1989, when the book was just a manuscript, which would have made Miss Barrymore about 14 at the time. Luckily, a decade later, when the project was finally scripted and good to go, Brooks suggested he and D'Onofrio check out Barrymore's Cinderella story Ever After. The two decided she was ideal to play wild child D'Onofrio from ages 15 to 35. I wanted Drew for this role because I'm not a very sympathetic character, says the author. And Drew is inherently lovable. To help Barrymore capture D'Onofrio's essence, The two stayed out one night until 3 a.m., visiting the writer's old New York haunts, even dropping in on her one-time apartment super. Drew totally channeled me, says D'Onofrio. She even guessed what I'd order for breakfast, a triple egg omelette with bacon and cheese. Barrymore also surprised her on-screen husband, in a very different way. Everyone knows her background, says Zahn. I had to keep reminding myself that that was the same person. I'd think, oh yeah, this is Drew, the one that did E.T. and the drugs, because she comes off very normal.